evening, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. What a day of football, right? That was a fun one. From start to finish, at least to this point right now, it's been a pretty fun day. Now, whether it ends up fun for the Raiders, well, the Raiders, the Jaguars, the Chiefs at the moment, and of course, the Bills, we'll find out. Got another game going on as well. Talk all about that and plenty more from today, because the NFL was back with action, man. Today was a lot of fun in the NFL, I'll tell you that right now. And so we currently await those finals. At the moment, the Rams just took out the Saints, so yeah, not a pretty game there. But we got two tight ones going on at the moment, and plenty more to get into. The college game was crazy yesterday. The high school game is about as crazy can get right now. And, you know, that's just how things go in the world of football. So, with that, man, we got so much to get into today. Of course, the big news is what is going on with the rankings. I have been refreshing the Max Prep page all day long. Are they going to get it? Are St. John Bosco or Mater Dei going to be number one? Will they be number one even despite the loss to St. John Bosco Friday night, or of course the two losses to Mater Dei this year? Again, it all comes down to how they feel strength of schedule is. So I'm very intrigued to see that. And obviously I heard my bias yesterday, but we'll see. They might get released during the show today. We don't know. But I'm anxiously awaiting those Max Preps rankings, releases. And then, of course, today we got plenty more to get into again. Because, well, 3C2A action. Oh, my beloved Riverside Tigers take an L to a bitter rival. Nasty. I hate it to death. But Golden West prevails. They're looking good. Plenty to get into there. NJCAA Hutchinson keeps on rolling in the NJCAA. They stay perfect on the year. North Central Mount Union doing the usual in Division 3. Division 2, nothing to see here, right? Oh, wait a minute. Do we have an upset? We'll talk about that. The NAIA had one very fun week, and a couple upsets to talk about there. FCS action. North Dakota State gets a scare. Carleton State gets the ultimate scare and the loss, unfortunately. And, Ohio State stays perfect. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And with that said, man, well, here we go. We're just going to jump on into it, man, because he is joining us live immediately. That was a perfect introduction right there. Perfect way to jump on into the show, man. Beautifully. You can do that every week, man. That was like right at the end of the intro there. But with that said, to talk about this crazy day in football, give you the recap of what's been going down the last couple of days, of course, in high school and college, and of course, to give you our previews for Sunday and Monday Night Football. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the host of Set Point, going live tomorrow, talking all things volleyball, and of course, our SoCal insider. We're pretty happy about them Dodgers right now, just saying, here in SoCal. And, getting a little bit, oh, there we go. He's got the hat. That's right. World Series, baby. And, of course, he is the host of this show here on IE Sports Radio 3 and Out. Ladies and gentlemen, my boy, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. What's going on with that? How you doing today, man?
Hey, Larry. Let's talk some football. A lot happening in football, especially in the FCS. That's wild. College was pretty, in the FBS was pretty wild too.
Oh, no, it is. It's definitely something else. And we got ourselves some good stuff to get into today, man. We really do. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on into it, man, and have some fun because, well, time is a ticking. Super excited to be here tonight with everybody, man. Daylight saving time hopefully didn't jack up your day, anybody. Taryn, did it get you?
Nah.
Nope. Taryn's too strong for that.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to a nice winter. I really am. Well, fall/winter. I always love this time of year, except for that stupid time change. I just kind of wish we would do it. You know, I kind of wish you would stay on this time. I enjoy that much more. But anyway, with that, Teran, let's get on into it, man, because we have so much to recap from the last weekend, or for this past weekend, and of course talk about the day in the NFL. So as a matter of fact, Teran, let's go ahead and do that, man. Let's go ahead and start off. I want to do things differently today because, again, we are we are just anxiously anticipating the release of the Max Preps National Top 25. Like I said, it could release anytime during the show tonight, tomorrow, Tuesday. I don't know when that's going to be. The CIF brackets, at least for Southern California, were released already this morning. But I am waiting to see who's going to be that number one. I cannot freaking wait to see that. But Teran, let's just start our day off. Right? I mean, hey, I might as well. The NFL has been a fun one here today. We have had so many crazy games. And, well, let's go ahead and start things off. Like I said, today's show, at least this one is titled The Halfway Mark. And, well, that's exactly what today is. We're week 9. Basically, it used to be week 8, but now I guess it's week 9, the halfway mark. I mean, even though it's a little lopsided, it doesn't matter anyway. With that said, Teran, starting things off today in the NFL because, well, there were some crazy ones today, man. My gosh, starting things off with this morning's slate of games or early afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. I guess we can say really fast, again, hats off to the Baltimore Ravens for winning that victory on Thursday night, starting the NFL week off. Lamar Jackson came back, dominated. Dolphins started cleaning house, but we'll see how that thing ends up because they're looking like a Raiders team, a dumpster fire. But speaking of the Raiders, right now they're going into overtime versus the Jaguars in what Teran would call the toilet bowl. So that's exactly what that game is. So we'll keep you updated on the toilet bowl, and we will tell you how it flushes in just a little bit. But with that said, Teran, let's go ahead and get on into our first recap here. Bears win a wild one over the Bengals, 47-42. Caleb Williams tosses 3 touchdowns, including a game-winning 58-yard strike to Colston Loveland, while DJ Moore and the Chicago offense explode for 576 freaking yards. Flacco's 470-yard day wasn't wasted enough, it wasn't enough. It was wasted. Sorry. Sucks, man. Poor guy. It was an instant classic, but rough go for those guys. What are your thoughts?
This was a very exciting game. It looked like the Bears had pretty much handled this quite handily, but then the Bengals came back, recovered the onside kick, got the go-ahead touchdown, and then they were up 1, and then Caleb Williams pulled off some magic out of his hat, and Colston Loveland finally became the first-round pick that Chicago Bears fans wanted us to think, just because everyone was harping on the Bears that they should have drafted Tyler Warren instead of Colston Loveland, but he actually had himself a legacy game, which was big. And it's big for the Bears because it keeps them in the NFC wildcard chase, because it also kind of gives them a little glimmer of hope in the NFC North race. So there's that as well. But, man, if you're the Bengals, this was a missed opportunity. Yeah.
Big time missed opportunity, man. Suck for those guys. I feel bad for the Bengals. They just keep on falling. This is a team that is just falling from grace. They've continued to do exactly that. I'd like to see them do better, but it just kind of feels like their little their little rise was a blip on the radar. And, well, we'll see what goes on moving forward. I mean, they have a lot of talent on that team. I know they're not completely healthy, but this just isn't the year, and I think everybody can agree with that. So Justin Herbert shook off an early pick 6 and took over from there, man. Herbert threw 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and ran for another as the Chargers topped the Titans 27-20 in Nashville, but it was ugly. I thought they were going to destroy them, but they didn't. So this is their 3rd win in 4 games. LA moves to 6-3 to keep pace in the AFC West race. So, Teran, what you think, man?
This one was a pretty ugly game, if you ask me. I mean, the Titans didn't have one offensive touchdown. Their 2 touchdowns were the pick 6 and then a punt return touchdown, which is just rather fascinating, if you ask me. But Justin Herbert did what he could do, and he had three touchdowns in total, 2 in the air and then 1 on the ground. And the Chargers really were awful when their leading rusher was Justin Herbert himself, and their leading receiving yards leader was Oronde Gadsden II. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's a good win, but man, the Chargers have some work to do in terms of their offense, and their offensive line has really got to protect Justin Herbert, because I think it was sacked like 6 times, which is just unacceptable.
Yeah.
So it's a good win, but next week is going to be tough against Pittsburgh.
No, and that's true. And I mean, honestly, this Pittsburgh team, man, I mean, we can say a lot about these guys right now. Maybe we can we? That's actually a good segue, Teran. Let's go ahead and get on into the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we'll talk about that game, man. That was a pretty good one. The Steelers defense came to play today. Pittsburgh forces 6 turnovers, man, including 3 picks off Daniel Jones. Just not his day. As Aaron Rodgers and Jaylen Warren lead the way, a 27-20 win over the AFC leading Colts. Warren puts in 2 touchdowns, man, and the steel curtain stands tall yet again.
Yeah, this was a massive win for Pittsburgh, considering they had such a, I wouldn't say dud, but a letdown against Green Bay. I think they really needed this one just because it keeps them atop the AFC North. It keeps Baltimore at bay. So I think this was a massive win for the Steelers, especially going into next week's primetime slot. But if you're Indianapolis, I wouldn't think of this too much, just because I think you might be getting some help with that within most of the division. I mean, we're about to see why this win isn't too groundbreaking. But honestly, I think the Colts should be fine. I mean, it's one of those games, and I think this one was was needed more by Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh needed this one more than the Colts did, just because the Steelers just needed to keep themselves atop of the AFC North, whereas the Colts, they have a commanding lead in the AFC South.
It's it's the AFC South. I mean, I hate to sound so bad, I really do, but it's the AFC South. There's nothing special there right now. They can drop 3 or 4 games and they're still, you know what I mean, Teran, right? I mean, right now the Colts, as Teran loves to say, playing with house money. I mean, the Colts are in a division right now that's absolutely terrible. So
they have a massive cushion in the AFC South.
Yeah, they're fine.
They can afford to lose a few games here and there.
Oh, they can, and they'll be just fine. I know that's not what they want to do, and they shouldn't, obviously, but they're a great team, and they'll rebound from this. So tough go for the Colts, but they're still doing well. Pittsburgh needed this really bad, so they found themselves a nice little victory today. Next up, man, the Patriots keep finding ways to win. How about these guys, man? New England edges the Falcons 24-23 after an extra missed point seals the late victory. How about that, man? Drake May throws for 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs finds the end zone, and the Pats extend their streak to 6 straight wins, now 7-2 on the year. Teran, who are these guys?
Well, for starters, they're not your grandpa's New England Patriots from a few years ago. I think they have a newfound life. I think they're really performing well. Now, it did get a little dicey in the second half. I thought they would have won a little bit more convincingly. It looked like the Falcons were about to nip away at the Patriots lead, but thankfully for the Patriots, that missed extra point really doomed the Falcons. And it seems like it's death taxes and Falcons just not having an answer for the Patriots, which sucks. But the Patriots, they're looking massively improved. And I think this team, I don't think, even though today was a little dicey, there's not a better team in the league that's playing some good ball than the Patriots. I mean, there might be a few others, but there's not a lot of teams that are playing better ball than the Patriots.
You are totally right, man. The Vikings pull off a huge NFC North win. This was so needed. J.J. McCarthy shines in his return, man, throwing for 2 touchdowns and rushing for another, while Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson both find the end zone as Minnesota edges the Lions 27-24 at Ford Field. How about this game, man? How about the Vikings?
I'm going to be 100% honest. This win was definitely needed for Minnesota. I really think, and I say this respectfully as a Chargers fan, I think the Vikings needed J.J. McCarthy. They were not going anywhere with Carson Wentz. And that's with all due respect to Wentz. I think McCarthy, for the time being, is the answer, but I imagine his leash is very short. That being said, McCarthy wasn't flashy, but he was very serviceable as he was pretty solid in his return. I mean, again, not the biggest numbers, not the flashiest numbers, but honestly, it's a win, and it's on the road. So Minnesota beating Detroit after they lost to them twice last year was massive. So I think for the Vikings, they can hang their hat on that. But if you're the Lions, you kind of got to be a little concerned just because now your lead is you're getting further and further back in terms of the NFC North, which, and then you've also got the Bears nipping at your heels as well. So they really got to get it together. But you're about to see that loss is actually not going to be too bad.
No, and it's true, man. Right now, by the way, the Jaguars just punched it in overtime right now, so they
ate up a lot of clock in that period.
Yes, they did. They're leading the Raiders right now by 7. Raiders got to respond or this game is over, which is more than likely what's going to happen. But hey, is what it is. At least I can say the Raiders fought in this game. But again, it's two JV. These are freshman teams, Teran. This isn't even. This is Hey, what's going on, Brian, in the chat room? Appreciate you, brother, for popping in, man. Thank you, sir. Patriots are on one right now, and I know he's a happy camper. But yeah, the Raiders are absolutely terrible. So we can excuse that, I guess, right there. So moving on to the next one. Panthers stun the Pack at Lambeau. Get out of here. How about this one, man? Rico Dowdle powered for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns, then ripped off a huge late run to set up Ryan Fitzgerald's 49-yard game-winning field goal as time expired. Carolina snaps Green Bay's win streak with a gritty 16-13 victory. How about these Panthers, man? Keep pounding.
This Panthers team that's probably Bryce Young's best win as the Panthers starter. Now, he wasn't necessarily the flashiest, but honestly, it's still pretty good. I mean, it feels like even though felt like the Panthers had a good chunk of possession, but Rico Dowdle, I think that might be the next best thing. That might be the best thing for Carolina, just because he's taken that running back one position from Chuba Hubbard and ran with it, no pun intended. And again, Bryce Young, he wasn't bad. He was serviceable. But, oh, man, if there was anyone that definitely needed to prove himself, it was Jordan Love. Against a Panthers team, you should have won this by quite a bit. But Green Bay, this loss isn't too terrible because they're still atop the NFC North, but you've got a lot of competition nipping at your heel. You've got the Lions still on your coattails. Chicago's still on the rise. And you also have Minnesota kind of having a little bit of newfound life. So the Packers should actually be thankful that they tied with the Cowboys, because if they didn't, that would have been all bad news.
No, totally, man. This has been a year for the Panthers to remember. Even if they haven't been the greatest, this is the best they've been. So I agree, man. This is the best victory that Bryce Young has had, man. These guys look like they put it together. Raiders right now currently driving down the field. Don't know how long it's going to last, but they got about 2 minutes to go. So it's looking okay. I mean, Raider land up, and there's a sack. So there you go, Teran. That's Raider football all summed up in one. But I will say,
I wonder if you go for 2, if you're you have to go for 2. You go for 2 to win the game. If you don't, if they go kick the extra point, we're ending the show early.
And Teran, that's even if they get there. Okay.
Yeah.
that's
the
Raiders for you.
That's a very good point, actually.
I don't. This is the Raiders talking about, Teran. Are you forgetting? I'm sorry. This isn't. I'm sorry. You got Teran. I owe you an apology. I really do. You must have thought we were talking about the Purple Raiders of Mount Union. That's who you were probably talking about, because those Raiders actually win. Those Raiders actually win things, or the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. They're kind of solid, they win football games. This is the Las Vegas Raiders, Teran. This is Sorry, everybody. I had to tell Teran. Poor guy.
Right.
We talk a lot of football in here, and sometimes we can get confused. So Teran, yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders are the horrible team that doesn't like to win. So, yeah. Josh Raider, how about the Dolphins? Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, I know. Josh, we're talking about terrible teams. Perfect time to pop in talking about the Raiders right now. So I know, poor Dolphins. I know. It's just a cluster. And again, we talked about this yesterday. Good move so far, getting rid of Greer. McDaniel should be next. I don't know why they're keeping him to the end of the season. Teran, again, if you want to go ahead and one more time talk about that, because that's nonsense. I'm just
and I feel Tua might have a short leash when it comes to his position. But here's the thing: Miami threw a lot of money at him, so you're really gonna bench him and give him a short leash after you just paid him all that money. So I don't know.
Yeah, Josh said it best, because we're the Dolphins, right? And that's how I feel, right? Why try to win and do good things, right? Because we're the Raiders. I mean, that's what bad organizations do. You do stupid things and you expect good results. That's the Raiders and the Dolphins. We can throw the Jets in there. Those are the teams, you guys, that look in the mirror and then look at like bodybuilding magazines and go like, man, I wish I'd look like that while eating like a bag of fries or something. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones who they wish and think, but they don't actually do anything. Yeah, that's those guys. Big ups to everybody, man. Mr. Marcus Lowe's, great salute to you, sir. Mr. Mike Pat, Miami is stuck with Tua till at least 2026. That's a horrible thing. Go Raiders. Yeah, he doesn't mean that, and I mean that. I I am totally with you. Yeah, go Raiders. Yeah, I know, right? Craziness, right? Raiders driving. Go Raiders. Help our draft position. Hey, at this point,
it was once tank for Tua, now it's tank with Tua.
Yeah. Damn. Teran's just hitting them on the head tonight.
Yeah.
Teran's on a roll, dude. Hey, I'm with it. We can start getting the sound effects out if you're down, Teran. I'm down. Hey, I'm down to pull up the sound effects. Meanwhile, we're still watching the Raiders try to look like a football team as nothing's happening still, but whatever. Chat is still going. And yeah, true story. Teran is not wrong. And that's what happens when you take a borderline franchise guy and pay him as a franchise guy. That's the thumbnail right there, Teran. Yeah, that's the one right there. So that's what happens, you guys. And Raiders, the clock is ticking down. So there you have it. We are in, let's see here. Where are we at? We're in our final. Wow, we already talked about that. All right, Teran, while the Raiders are probably going to lose, let's go ahead and get on in. Oh, we've seen the nice little catch there from Brock Bowers leading to the sideline. Rams roll at SoFi, man. Matthew Stafford was surgical, 281 yards. 4 touchdowns with Devontae Adams hauling him 2, and Puka Nacua breaking loose for another as LA crushes the Saints 34-10. The Rams improved to 6-2. 6-2. And keep pace atop of the NFC West. Dude, these Rams are a pretty good football team, Teran.
Yeah, and it also kind of helps that the Saints threw Tyler Shuck to the Wolves. I mean, his first NFL start in terms of a regular season game, and it was against the Rams team who has a pretty solid defense. So Rams, I knew were going to handle the Saints. This is no doubt about it. No controversial call here. Oh, man. So Rams are looking really good, if you ask me. And this was coming off of a bye. So the Rams looked really refreshed after their bye. They just crushed them. Now it kind of gets a little tricky because their next 3 games are actually pretty tough. They're at the 49ers. They're home against the Seahawks, home against the Bucs. None of those games are gimme games, if you ask me. So Rams are really going to need to buckle down here.
No, agreed. And this is, by the way, it was nearly a touchdown catch there. Hits the ground, so it didn't count. We're going to see if that's a pass interference in the end zone. Meanwhile, Buffalo is about to take out the Chiefs. Teran, this has been a game right here. I really don't even know how to go about this one. Oh, by the way, nope, didn't get in. All right, well, the Raiders are, again, just clicking down the clock and not doing anything about it. Meanwhile, in Buffalo again, Pat Mahomes doing his best there to make something happen. throwing the ball deep, and it looks like that is going to be the football game. Well, 3 seconds left on the clock, 3rd and 10. But Teran, I heard a couple of days ago, we talked about this, and I brought this up on yesterday's show. I forgot what do you call it? What expert said this, or what, who actually said it. But the winner of this game, man, actually the loser, I forgot who it was who said it, but the loser, do you feel this is it? Whoever loses this game, they're just going to fall off a cliff. I mean, they're both kind of dwindling already. The Bills don't look like the Bills that they've been. The Chiefs do not look like the Chiefs. But if this is it, do you feel that they just go backwards, whoever loses?
Well, I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
either one of these teams are good enough to try to make a run, whether they win their division or not. I just think for the Chiefs, it'll be a little bit tougher because now the Jags have the tiebreaker over them, and then you have the Bills who have the tiebreaker over them. So that gets really dicey for the Chiefs. Whereas if the Bills lose, then they get further and further back of the Patriots in the NFC East. But for the Chiefs, they still have to contend with the Chargers, who are still kind of banged up, and then the Broncos, who are surging.
Yes, and the Broncos right now, we just talked about those guys. Meanwhile, final score, Buffalo 28, Chiefs 21, and the Raiders actually scored a touchdown. They're going to go for 2. Brock Bowers is everywhere.
Otherwise, we would have had to end the show.
Otherwise, would have had in the show. So tell him, Teran. So yeah. So again, we have this right now. Mahomes just threw it up in the air, and that's about that for that game. But anyway, I want to take a look here and see. We got this is it. 2-point attempt. Can the Raiders win this football game? I mean,
TV, but
it's just that kind of thing. Again, if you win it, who cares? I mean, the Raiders are horrible anyway.
Feed it to Genty.
We'll see what happens right now. Again, we just went final in Buffalo. Kansas City is now another loss on the season. We have not seen them look like that in a while. Josh Raiders at the 1. They just got in. I'm with Teran. They'll both win tons of games in the late season. I agree. Yeah, man. I just wanted to run that by you guys because it's just true, man. I mean, some have some really strong opinions, and I understand when some people come from where they come from because it's true. It's easy to say that too, right? Like, they're falling off a cliff. Is this it? So anyway, that's just the way it goes, right? That's the way. If one of these two teams, happen to make an early exit from the playoffs, well, we saw it coming, right? Or if one of these two teams makes a deep run and goes to the bowl, I guess we kind of saw that coming too, right? Because they're both still potent. So that one going final there. All right, Teran, here we go. Looks like we got the two-point conversion ready to rock and roll. They're all lined up and ready to go. Ball is snapped. Ball batted down. Game over. And that is what the Raiders do best. They absolutely fall apart because the Raiders are the Raiders. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just had a live Raider on the show right now. The Raiders do what the Raiders do on air. Isn't it great? I mean, again, that's just what the Raiders are prone to doing, and that's just how Raider Nation knows and loves this team. So there you guys have it. Raiders lose this one in the most hilarious way possible. And there it is. But let's go ahead and get on in really quick to the Chiefs Kingdom, because I want to talk about this one. So Bills hold off the Chiefs, man, in Orchard Park. Josh Allen was near perfect, 273 yards, 3 total touchdowns, 2 rushing. Well, Dalton Kincaid, Dalton Kincaid needs a lot of credit. He hauled in a score as Buffalo built a big lead and held on late to win 28-21 over Kansas City. It's a statement win for Bills Mafia. Do you agree, Teran?
Yeah, well, I knew they would. Okay, I shouldn't say that, but I had a feeling the Bills would win just because they always get Kansas City good in the regular season, but then when it comes to the postseason, it's always about the Chiefs. But this is a massive win for the Bills because, 1, it keeps them in the race for the AFC East title, and then 2, it shows that the Bills are still here and they still have the Chiefs number in the regular season. Now, it wasn't really the flashiest game, but a few things we need to take away. Josh Allen was pretty darn good. He only had 3 incompletions.
Yes.
And then James Cook I don't think there's a better running back in the NFL than James Cook. I mean, there's probably a few, but man, James Cook is on one, and Dalton Kincaid might actually be the good security blanket offensively for the Bills. And as painful as this was as a Chargers fan, it felt pretty refreshing seeing Joey Bosa make big plays for the Bills. Even when some of the big plays were wiped away due to penalties, Joey Bosa was just on Patrick Mahomes. I guess it helps that he has that familiarity. And I think this is the first game in a hot minute. I think it was 29 games or something, that Mahomes did not throw a passing touchdown. There was a graphic at the beginning of the game saying that he had 20 some games where he threw at least one passing touchdown. This was the first game that he hasn't, which is pretty surprising.
No, which is something, right? Let's get on into the chat room, Darren. They're having some fun in there. Let's go Raiders. Well, everybody just saw what happened. So yeah, Raiders are trying to win. No, they're not. Man, what a game. That is not what a game. That's really two horrible teams trying.
It's like Game 5 of the NBA series in the first round.
Thank you. That
as a former basketball coach once said.
Raiders lose. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, that game was about as bad as it gets. I mean, again, Raiders are terrible, and I think we all can see that. So Bills tend to beat the Chiefs during the regular season, and they do.
Exactly.
So Glenn are popping in here. Thanks a lot to, of course, District Dan McCulloch jumping in here as well. All of our insiders jumping in here. So we appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Cook is great, but not better than Jonathan Taylor.
I thought he was referring to Dalvin Cook, but
Taylor, James Cook, Dowdle. Oh, this is good, Teran. We're getting some good commentary here from these guys. I don't know what you're thinking. I mean, we got some running backs right now in the league that are playing some okay football right now, man. So again, just Dowdle's made his presence as well this year, and it's been something special to see. So all right, well, with that said, let's get on into our final one, because I guess we have to talk about this stupid game.
Well, we actually have two more. Broncos Texans and Niners Giants.
Well, yeah, well, hold on a minute. Well, yeah, we got to get into those, but
sorry, did I jump the gun?
Yes. It's all right, Teran.
You're start. Good.
It's
Offense
all good.
Number 10.
It's all good.
Penalty. Repeat the down.
Well, let's go backwards really quick, man. I did want to save those ones, but yeah, so really quick, man. Yes, we did have to talk about the Niners here, because this was a good one, man. The Niners back in rhythm. Christian McCaffrey total 173 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Mac Jones tossed 2 scores as San Francisco took down the Giants 34-24 at MetLife. Brian Robinson Jr. added another on the ground as the Niners improved to 6-3. How about that game?
Yeah, the Niners, look, they were going to handle – look, Christian McCaffrey was amazing. The Niners were going to handle the Giants, no question about it. Giants don't have Cam Skattebo. They don't have Malik Neighbors. You know it was bad for the Giants when Jackson Dart had to lead the team in rushing yards with 56. I mean, where's Tyrone Tracy, though? And it's even worse for the receiving game when Darius Slayton is your leading receiver. So the Giants have their quarterback, supposedly, but he just doesn't have any weapons. And this is a big win for the Niners just because they're still in the hunt for the NFC West. I think the NFC West might actually boil down to the final week. And like I mentioned earlier, the Niners play the Rams, which is going to be a barn burner.
No, agreed. Totally agreed, man. That is going to be a fun game. Yeah, Niners can't go a game without nature. That's for damn sure. Started Tyrone Tracy this week. Bank Singletary. Singletary did better with 9 points. That's crazy, man. So, all right, Sarah, let's go ahead and make it 6 straight for the Broncos. Bo Nix throws for 2 touchdowns and led a clutch game-winning drive. Will Lutz 34-yard field goal as time expired, lifting Denver over the Texans 18-15. Broncos improved to 7-2 and stay at top of the AFC West. You got to give them their flowers, man. The Broncos are on one. And by the way, nobody walks Thursday Night Football this week. It's going to be a bloodbath. The Raiders suck. We just seen them display their suck right now, and they're going to get killed on Thursday. So if you have something to do on Thursday, don't watch that game. And I know some people are going to say, well, I don't know. Thursday night games have been kind of weird this year. No.
At least in the division. Like the past 2 ones weren't divisional games. every divisional matchup has been rather fascinating. So
this one is, but we'll see. But the Broncos, dude, they're looking special.
Yeah, Broncos. The comeback Broncos happened again. They were down 8 going into the final frame. They were able to pull off the win. Now, I know Texans did lose C.J. Stroud to injury, but man, having General Davis Mills part of a not-so-good breakfast does not help. And, it didn't also help the run game. Texans couldn't run the ball effectively on them. The fact that the Texans made this close without getting decimated was rather fascinating. I thought the Broncos were going to win by a whole lot more, especially with Stroud going down. But Texans are in trouble. If that injury is serious for Stroud, you can kiss Houston's playoff hopes goodbye.
Agreed, 100%, dude. Yeah, Texans need to figure it out. Dan says here, without Stroud, if he has to miss next week because Mills is not the quarterback, I agree. Broncos Raiders is a terrible game. I'll watch it, but I'm not proud of it. I'll take that. Glenn says, I agree with Dan. Texans and Stroud, or need Stroud for the offense to operate efficiently. Yeah, you need your guy. Right? That's just how it goes. This is the professional football. You need your guy behind center. That's the only way it's going to go. So, and all right, Teran, I guess we'll talk about this stupid game. I wanted to get over it a few minutes ago, but we'll go ahead and just recap.
I'm just now seeing injury right now to Stroud. It's like, yikes.
Poor guy, man. I hope he's all right. But Jaguars survived a wild one in Vegas. Trevor Lawrence ran in 2 clutch touchdowns, including the overtime winner. And rookie Cam Little, you got to give him his flowers, man. 68-yard field goal here, NFL record now to help Jacksonville edge out the Raiders 30-29 after a failed 2-point try that we just saw. Raiders continue to suck. The Jaguars suck too. They just won. And it's funny because they're actually winning, but they still suck. Isn't that weird, Teran? Isn't that crazy? You can be winning but still suck. That's like, remember that? Have you ever seen that South Park episode where like they're talking about I forgot what it was, but I don't know. I forgot. But anyway, Teran, look, this is the truth. The Jaguars are winning, but they're still somehow not good. Crazy, right? So there you go.
Yeah, this is a weird Jaguars team. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, he did have the rushing touchdowns, but he wasn't overly spectacular. And honestly, I feel the Jaguars have a lot of meat left on the bone. That being said, however, I think this Jags team, I think the Jags might be the best team to try to take down the Colts in the AFC South. And guess who the Jags have next? They've got the Texans, which if they do sit Stroud, then that should be a winnable game. If they lose that one, then I don't know what to say. I mean, I imagine the Jags schedule is going to get tougher, but Jacksonville, they got to strike while the iron's hot. And Geno Smith, how can you waste a masterful performance? You had 4 tutties, 284 rushing yards. They still got to get Ashton Genty the ball. This is ridiculous, dude. 13 carries, only 42 rushing yards.
Crap. It's crap.
They're making Ashton Genty look bad, and I feel bad for the guy because he's not a bad player. It's just that the Raiders need to actually give him the ball.
Teran, anything's possible with the Raiders. That hat that you're wearing right now, unfortunately, they're looking a little like Raiderland right now, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but at least they win. Anyway, be proud of Bauer's hat trick. Yes, I'm very proud of Bauer's hat trick, but again, he's not even happy right
back.
Now. Yeah, he's back, and I'm happy for that. Little has a heck of a leg. He does, but struggles close to him, which is crazy, right? Go figure, right, Josh? Here. Hey, it's Mr. Christopher Lehman. The only enjoyable part about my weekend was Little Debbie Christmas trees are installed. Bengals problems, guys. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry there, buddy. It was 9-6 at the end of the third. Such a bizarre game. It was, dude. Anything that has to do with the Raiders and even the Jaguars game, those have been the weirdest games in the past. So
yeah, Jaguars, the 1 week beat the Chiefs and pull off an impressive win. Then the next week they look very bad. The Seahawks win or the Seahawks loss was an excuse because they were on a short week. But they still lost to, I could have sworn they lost to the Texans. The Rams loss isn't too bad because the Rams are a really good team. Oh no, they lost to the Bengals. They beat the Texans, but they lost to the Bengals when they lost Joe Burrow. So that was the game that they probably should have won. Like the Jags could be 6-2 right now and right on the coat and actually tied for the division lead with the Colts, but they just have one clunker game, a game that they had a short week on, and a game they should have won because the opposing starting quarterback went out.
And there it is. So, all right, guys. Now,
and get well soon, Travis Hunter. Poor fella sprained his ACL and is on IR.
Agreed. Get well soon, good sir. So, all right, guys, we're going to transition on over now. We're going to run through the high school and college upsets and big games and everything for the next 15 minutes, and then end out with our Monday night and Sunday night previews. Our Sunday night, Monday night previews. Stay with us. We're not taking a commercial. We're just going right through this thing. This should be fast and quick. But Teran, again, modern day gets it done. Go figure. Again, we talked about this yesterday, but they knocked off St. John Bosco. We are anxiously awaiting to see who's going to do what. Teran, we talked about this in the group earlier in the band group. Again, do you believe Modern Day deserves to be number one after they knocked off St. John Bosco?
They have a win over Gorman. They have a win over Bosco. Their losses aren't too terrible. If they had gotten blown out by Centennial and Santa Margarita, then maybe. But honestly, I think Modern Day has an argument to be number one. I think they should be number one. I mean, maybe at least close to one. Maybe they should be number two, or at least in the top three. But honestly, between Modern Day and Bosco, they have to be number one. I mean, the CIF Southern Section bracket is rather fascinating, if you ask me.
It is. So again, guys, I hate to be so, people are going to get mad and I'll get some hate for this. But again, St. Francis, even Grayson, IMG Academy, I just don't see it, guys. I know it's they're up there. I know they deserve to be highly ranked. But when you talk about teams who play everyone, it's Modern Day and Bosco. So it would be kind of crazy seeing a team who doesn't have that crazy schedule leading the country. I mean, again, I get it. If they are, whatever. And I'm not mad if St. Francis is number one. I'm just bugged that they don't have that crazy schedule that we see these Trinity League teams have. So that's it. And again, thank you to everybody who chimed in earlier in the chat when we were talking about this. But there you go, man. So we're just anxiously awaiting that. Obviously, Corona Centennial doing some big things, man. They got their victory over Chaparral. They're looking strong. We had, let's see here, St. Thomas Aquinas. They did knock off Chaminade. Actually, yeah, they knocked off Chaminade 27-21 this past week. I mean, crazy stuff there, man. So yeah, we'll get through high school quick. Anything else you want to add before we're rolling on to some junior college?
The CIF Southern Section D1 finals will be held at the Rose Bowl. So I don't know if it'll be the last time that'll be the case, but just for those that are wondering, that'll be on November 28th. That should be a Friday, and it's gonna be a barn burner. D1 playoffs for CIF Southern Section don't start this week, but the following week.
That sounds fun. All right, Teran. Well, there you have it, man. A little bit of high school football there for you guys. Again, if you want a lot more of that high school and college football, Saturday mornings is where you want to be with us. 3C2A Junior Colleges of California are in the house. And well, Teran, let's go ahead and just chomp through these, man. Golden West does away with College of the Canyons. They're tied for number one right now. And they just destroyed them 58-14. Just the Rustlers remain dominant and unbeaten. They're 9-0. Number 15, Cerritos knocks off number 6, Fullerton. What the hell? Wild finishes, man. The Falcons edge out the Hornets in a defensive slugfest, man. It's going to shake up the top 10. Riverside falls to El Camino. Go freaking figure. Very irritated about that one, but Elko, man, they're a bitter rival for Riverside. I know I played in a couple of those games myself, and very good game. Instant classic in Torrance. The Warriors survive a shootout. RCC, this is not their year, but good job to Elko, man. They got a victory there. We had here another Teran, this was crazy. Saddleback just destroys. Number 9 Saddleback destroys number 14 Southwestern. And it's crazy. But the Bobcats get a huge victory there. They're 8-1 on the season. Number 16 Fresno They defeated number 10 Sequoias 23-21. Huge Valley upset. And that's just going to be big, man. Big victory there. Fresno grinds it out, man, gets this big victory. That's going to keep their bowl hopes alive for sure. San Francisco, after knocking off San Mateo, number 1, they'll go ahead and just keep it going, man. They knock off number 19, Foothill. Obviously, they were number 11, so they were the favorite team. The Rams stay hot after last week's upset over San Mateo. Modesto, man, they come in. Monterey Peninsula, such a good start. A horrible finish, though, man. Modesto knocks these guys off 57-8. Pirates just, they put up a season-high offense points here. And then, Teran, we already talked about it. Mount San Antonio, Mount Sac get that victory over the forfeit of Allen Hancock, man. Mounties are now 8-1. Anything to add there before I move on to the NJCAA?
I feel Fullerton might have actually looked ahead to the following week when they played Golden West, because that would have probably been for the conference championship. But now Fullerton losing really punched a hole in their plan. El Camino Saddleback, I think, is for the conference championship within their realm. So it's going to be a fun one, and I think that's it. Mount Sac and Ventura is going to be a fun one. And Long Beach City actually kept it close against Ventura in the first half. It's just that Ventura kind of got hot in the second half and just pulled away. So Ventura is just on one.
No, agreed. So really quick, I want to answer this question from Josh Ritter, man. I know we went away from high school, but really fast, with the best Texas high school, which at the moment is South Lake Carroll. We had Duncanville up there. We had North Shore up there for a while. I mean, obviously,
Duncanville, maybe.
Again, we talked about Duncanville. You know what I mean? South Oak Cliff. We know DeSoto's up there. We can't go any further without talking about North Crowley. These are all really, really good teams. But no, I just don't see. Again, when we talk, this is why we talk so highly about Mater Dei and Bosco. These guys are seriously like a Division III football team that's playing high school. Like seriously, it's insane how good they are. I mean, the talent is unreal, guys. It's unfreaking real. These guys, I mean, maybe even Division II level at a high school level. I know, and I'm not trying to say, oh, they'll beat a Division II or Division III. But what I'm saying is they're just so good. So again, these Texas high schools are amazing. There's a lot of talent. But just think about a team full of all of those. Like, if one Texas high school has like 3 or 4 dudes, just think of Mater Dei and Bosco having a full team full of dudes. And even the backups are dudes. I mean, right, Teran? Right? That's the only way to say it, man. Everyone's a dude there. I mean, it's crazy.
I'm a dude. You're a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes.
We're all dudes. Hey, that's the truth, Teran. That's exactly what it is, man. So, good question, though, there by Mr. Josh Ritter.
Josh.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Josh. I was like, oh, crap. Because I know we got our 2 Ritters, man. We got Glenn and Josh in here, of course. So, yeah, Mr. Josh Ritter. But yeah, Teran, so there you go, man. A little bit of there. Let's go ahead and jump on over to some NJCAA. Again, we're just kind of running through these so we can get into our previews tonight. You guys can talk along and pick along with us. NJCAA action, Teran. All right, well, Blue Dragons stay perfect. Number 1, Hutchinson, just they do it. They knock off number 9, Butler, 27-12. We knew that was going to happen, right? This is another dominant performance by these guys. They're at 8-0. Again, collision course with Iowa Western. It's here. This is what's going to happen. Iowa Western, they're defending. They get a victory. They defend their home turf with a 35-21 victory over number 11 Garden City. Teran, you and I talked about that possibly being maybe a game where it could be kind of close. Well, that's the closest it got, 35-21. If you ask me, that's a close score for Iowa Western, man. That's a tough one. Apaches stay perfect. Number 3 Tyler Junior College holds off number 10 Navarro. 20-14 the Military Appreciation Day. Apaches still looking strong, number 3 there. I've got a few more games here. One more in Texas. Shockwave in Texas, everybody. Again, NJCAA action now. The other junior colleges of the country, aside from California, like the 3C2A. Northeastern Oklahoma A&M stuns number 7 Trinity Valley 38-0. Teran, this is an unranked team defeating the number 7 team in the country. The Cardinals offense shut out at home. Darren, that's crazy. This team wasn't even ranked. They weren't even near being ranked, and they bring it and shut out Trinity Valley, who we've talked about numerous times on the show. 38-0. That is insane. And the last one we'll talk about, number 5, Georgia Military. They top Central Georgia Tech 49-35. GMC improves to 9-1 and stays firmly in the top 5. Taryn, your thoughts on any of those games?
Man, Northwestern Oklahoma A&M was just a big shocker right there. They went on the road against the number 7 team in the realm, and they wound up shutting them out and winning. That's just amazing. And then Tyler pulling off an amazing win over Navarro. That was massive right there. Independence and Dodge City, that one was rather surprising.
Solid game.
Didn't even know that was a thing. They won 6-3. Which was quite nice. So that one I thought was a very underrated game. And then I guess the other one that is kind of worth noting is snow just blowing the doors off of Community Christian College. But Community Christian took down CCC Ohio Valley, which was a nice little close game, 14-7. But yeah.
Jared, you said it nicely. They didn't blow the doors off. They blew the house apart. Like the doors didn't come off. The house fell apart. Like the foundation got blown out. That's sad, dude. Community Christian College, which I think this one's in Arizona. There's a few of these around the country. But yeah, dude. Snow College. For those who are tuned in, I hope you guys are still tuned in. Gosh dang, get in that chat room. 101-6. Snow College in Utah explodes for 101 point victory. Well, 90 some point victory here, 196 if you want to be precise, but a 96 point victory, but 101-6 win over Community Christian. The Badgers make a huge statement. I mean, it's not going to do them any good. They're out there, still not going to make the playoffs. They might, but 100 and right, it's just unhuman. That's not even fair. And yes, Glenn Ritter, you are correct. 101-6. That's not even fair. Yes, Snow College, the Snow Badgers in Utah did that. So rough go for those guys. Again, thank you guys for sticking around. We appreciate you all so very much, man. So anyway, Tim, we're gonna just keep on rolling, man. Unless you want to say anything else, but I think we're kind of done with this division here. Moving on to Division 3, we're gonna roll on here really quick. AKA the Wisconsin division, because this is where all the Wisconsin teams reside that are solid. North Central doing their thing 64-7 over Carroll. Mount Union doing their thing 65-17 over Capital, because some Raiders have to be good. Freshman Mikey Maloney still doing good, throwing 3 TDs. That's what winning Raiders do. Las Vegas Raiders. That's how winning Raiders win. Yes, say it with me now. Okay. Anyway, so that happened. Johns Hopkins has a little bit of a struggle with Muhlenberg, man. 47-26. Blue Jays, though, the air raid stays well. Wisconsin victories here, man. Number 8, Wisconsin Whitewater, and number 9, Wisconsin River Falls. Well, this was a statement victory. River Falls was not playing with the Warhawks. Wow, I could not believe this. A statement game. River Falls dismantles Whitewater in the WEAC showdown. This is a top 10 victory for sure. And Taryn, they're going to win this. I think they're going to win the WEAC. You don't just do that to the Warhawks and just, that's it. Okay, that's a huge victory for those guys. We have Stout and La Crosse. Number 23, Stout will fall to number 10, La Crosse, 31-14. La Crosse defends the den. They get it done. And then, of course, Wisconsin Oshkosh will lose to number 13. Actually, number 25, Wisconsin Oshkosh loses to number 13, Wisconsin Platteville, 21-14. Platteville bounces back in a gritty win over Wisconsin Oshkosh. WEAC battles never disappoint. Taryn, any thoughts on any of those games or any others?
Well, it doesn't look other than the 8-9 matchup between Whitewater and River Falls. Doesn't look like we had too many upsets. We still had some good close games though, especially with the Wisconsin schools. Those games never disappoint. And then Christopher Newport edging out Montclair State. That was a nice game right there. But again, it does look like we didn't have any upsets, which is totally fine outside of the whole 8-9 matchup. But again, great matchups this week. And yeah, you even said it best. Johns Hopkins, that final score between Johns Hopkins and Muhlenberg doesn't do it any justice, but Muhlenberg battled.
And you know, we the Muhlenberg Mules, man, this team is they come to play. And you know what? I'm proud of this team. They fight. They're a team of fighters. And we might see them in the tournament. We just might. I don't know if we will or not, but we may see them come tournament time, which is very, very, very soon. So let's see. An avalanche of points, yes, for damn sure. And are there any close D3 games? Oh, we just named a few of them right there. So there you go.
Oh,
yeah, Josh Ritter. Tons of great ones, especially those Wisconsin games. I'm telling you, those games are my favorites. Those are so good, those Wisconsin battles there. So, all righty. So let's keep it going, guys. On to Division 2, Teran. Let's go ahead and just keep it going. Number 14, Findlay defeats number 24, Northwood, 31-16. The Oilers take care of business in a ranked GMAC clash. Strong second half seals it for Findlay. They look really good. They're unbeaten, 8-0 on the season. Good for them. Number 8, Colorado State Pueblo gets it done over number 5, Western Colorado, 24-21. A little battle in the Rockies right there. What a finish. The Thunderwolves storm the Rockies and take down Western Colorado. Huge victory there for those guys, man. The top 10 thriller. This is a huge road statement. And number 4, West Florida, 51-38 over number 16 Delta State. The Argos win a Gulf South shootout, man. Big plays all day. West Florida stays undefeated and solidifies a top 5 spot, and well-deserved, man. We talk about these guys. We talked about them in the past, and we know dang well each of these teams are solid. So which one of those impressed you the most?
Well, there was a game that went triple overtime, which was pretty awesome, if you ask me. Johnson battling with Fayetteville State was also pretty darn good, if you ask me. In Northern Michigan, even I can't definitely determine this, but they put up 35 against Ferris State. Now that might be because Ferris State called off the Dogs, but still, 35 is still respectable. I mean, not all that bad. So, and then Valdosta State beating West Alabama, that was nice, if you ask me. There were 2 overtime games, if you ask, this week. So, yeah, those were just some of my notables right there.
It's some good ones there, Teran. Again, Division 2, like Division 3, never disappoints. And, well, what do we always say that's comparable to Division 2? Well, that would be the NAIA, right, guys? So let's go ahead and move it on over to the NAIA. Got another comment here. On a total side note, the Seahawks are wearing their throwbacks tonight. Elite look. Bring back my youth. I agree, man. Can we bring back the Supersonics? I'm just all for it. Can we bring back the Seattle Supersonics? All right. I am with that. So anyway, moving on to the NAIA, man. Let's go. We had a lot of big ones. Number 4, Friends University of Kansas. They are 9-0, taking on number 25, Kansas Wesleyan. Statement win in Wichita. Number 4, Friends pounds number 25, Wesleyan, 63-6. To stay perfect in the KCAC, the KCAC. Falcons roll into November, still unbeaten. Number 5, Montana Tech, man. This was your game. You picked it. Number 5, Montana Tech handles. And I feel like an idiot yesterday for picking Rocky Mountain. Good pick, Teran. Number 5, Montana Tech handles number 9, Rocky Mountain, 42-13 behind a relentless defense and a balanced offense. 9-0 and counting for these guys. Our buddies Dort out of Iowa, they survive a test. Defenders stay undefeated with a 31-26 win over 24 Hastings. Clutch plays seal it, man. Number 3, Benedictine. These guys, man, the Ravens soar again. Benedictine is just dominating, man. 66-7 on homecoming over number 24, Evangel. Another statement win there. And big victory for those guys. Grandview, they do their thing, but it was a close one here, Teran. Number 1, Grandview was tested by an unranked opponent, Graceland. They win it, but they grind out a 21-10 victory here. They stay perfect top of the NAIA, number 1 overall, but that was kind of scary. Kaiser, 42-7 pass off of Maria. Easy victory for them. Number 21, McPherson, they bounce back actually with a big victory, 53-40 offensive game over number 15 Southwestern in a wild KCAC shootout. Marion, Indiana, man, they handle number 19 St. Francis 28-17. 11 at home. The Knights ride defense, man. They just keep on doing their thing. Number 8, Carroll edges out number 20 Southern Oregon 41-40 in a thriller. The Saints hold off a furious Red Raider rally. Another Raider team that's good, Teran, unlike the ones in Vegas. And of course, Morningside getting it done. They make a statement. They had a couple of tough losses this year, but the Mustangs bounce back, blanking number 23 Doane 42-0 to stay in the GPAC contention, or in contention for the GPAC. So, yeah, and please, yes, bring back the Supersonics. So, Teran, what you got for us, man? Any thoughts there on those NAIA games? There were some good ones, man.
Oh, yeah, Northwestern was probably the best one. I mean, the fact that Midland pushed them to overtime was pretty darn good, if you ask me. So, that was probably my game of the week. And, you mentioned the Montana matchup. It's all good. I mean,
good game,
it's a
Teran.
rivalry matchup. You never know what you're going to get with those. But Montana Tech just really brought down the house when it came to that. So I just think that Rocky Mountain did all that they could. But in the end, Montana Tech is just on a whole different level.
Teran, I think, I don't know, dude. We see them, if they look just right, honestly, if they're the Goldilocks team, okay, if they look just right, not too hot, not too cold, okay, maybe the hotter the better, right? But I will tell you right now, if they look good on their side of the bracket, at least from when it gets released, dude, I might pick them to play upsetter and win a national championship this year. Teran, they've been good, dude. Montana Tech has been unreal. Like, this team has actually shown that they can get things done. They're a solid football team, man. They got everything. They got great offense. They got a great defense. This is a very good team, man. NAIA teams out there need to be a little worried because this is a good freaking football team. So let's move it on now over to some FCS action. And whoops, where we go? I lost you over there, Teran. Here we are. Sorry. FCS. All right, so let's keep it pushing. A little bit of FCS, and
a lot of upsets this week.
Yeah, we had North Dakota State, which was they were tested, man. They were tested by number 19 Youngstown State. 38-30, though, they defeat them, man. The Bison, they stay perfect behind a 3 TD day on the ground. They just looked really good in Fargo, man. The Penguins battled, but the Bison answered. Statement win going into November for those guys. Abilene Christian, number 25, Abilene Christian. Teran, you and I have been raving about Tarleton State jumping from Division II to the FCS. They look damn good. 31-28, Abilene Christian knocks off the number 2 team in the country. Big upset, man. They stunned Tarleton State with a fourth quarter surge to hand them their first loss, man. Wildcats plant a playoff flag for sure. Number 3, Montana, taking out Weber State. I mean, that was 9-0 for those guys. And then really, I don't know, but there was really nothing more special to talk about. I mean, I guess South Dakota, that was actually the game we picked, Teran. South Dakota and North Dakota. The South Dakota Coyotes, man, they knocked off number 10 North Dakota, the Fighting Hawks. Coyotes protect their home turf. South Dakota's balance edges North Dakota in a huge MVFC seeding swing there. Teran, we had some solid little games there in the FCS. And again, I think, who do we pick yesterday for that, for North Dakota, South Dakota?
I
think, if I'm not mistaken, did we pick opposites yesterday?
I just thought that it was going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, well, it was. It was. So, yeah, your thoughts on any of these games or any other games you want to add?
Well, there's one I think you'll probably be surprised at. Idaho State beating UC Davis.
That's right.
Their first loss in the Big Sky Conference. And speaking of the Big Sky Conference, you got to be sick if you're a Cal Poly fan. Portland State came in winless. They got their first win of the season, taking down Cal Poly 40-35. I'm just going to say this. Cal Poly should have started Josiah LaMarque at wide receiver. That's why they didn't win. But I digress.
Nope.
Agreed. I'm kidding.
Just kidding. No, we want to support him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, rough go for those guys, man. Yeah, the Bengals win by a whisker.
Oh yeah, I think Davis must have gone for 2 and then unfortunately didn't get it, because I know they must have missed an extra point somewhere down the road in the first quarter, just because they had 13 points in the first, and then eventually they had They must have gone for 2 in the third and fourth, or the third, and then they didn't get it.
Hey, how about that one, Teran? Josh says, so my wife's alma mater, UC Davis, is pretty good? Oh, my gosh. Yes, sir.
But not yesterday. So the PAT was blocked in the first quarter. And then the scrolling down to the third quarter, it was, though, they just had 2 field goals. They just had 2 field goals, and they just couldn't get 2 more points.
They're a solid football team, though, Teran. You know what I like? I like UC Davis a lot. I like them a lot, man, especially. So let's go ahead and move on to everybody's favorite, of course. Let me go ahead and get on over there to, of course, D1 single A. And Teran, yesterday was a fun day of D1 single A, if you will. We had some big ones, man. Ohio State, number 1, stays perfect. Sam throws for 4 touchdowns. The Bucks crush Penn State 38-14. It's over. Penn State it's done. This year is over for these guys. Indiana rolls again. The Hoosiers just absolutely ripped Maryland apart 55-10. Our very own Daryl Kinsey Jr. was in the house with his lovely fiance, and he's just like, yeah, they need to get rid of their coach. I agree. They suck. I know it's the number 2 team in the country, but it's true. That's homecoming, man. You got to fight. You got to do something. That's horrible. 9-0 now, though. Playoff dreams are dreaming in Bloomington right now. Number 5, Georgia survives the cocktail party. Bulldogs edge Florida 24-20 thanks to a clutch fourth quarter drive, man. Chomp, chomp. Not today. Go Dogs. Number 7, Ole Miss stays hot. Lacey rushes for 167 yards, man, as the Rebels hand South Carolina a 30-14 loss. Yeah, hotty toddy. These guys getting it down, man. How about that? Number 10, Notre Dame takes care of business, knocking off Boston College 25-10 behind Carr's 299 yards and 2 touchdowns. Virginia, number 12, Virginia wins all the way across the country. Cavaliers take down Cal 31-21 to set an 8-1 record so far. So who's, man? Who's who? The Who's. Yeah, these guys are getting it. Number 14, Louisville grinds out a nice victory here on the ACC, beating Virginia Tech 28-16 in Lane Stadium. Number 21, Michigan survives a scare. Marshall goes for 185 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 21-16 victory versus Purdue. Memphis, in their really cool uniforms, make a statement. They take down Rice. I mean, again, I guess it's not the biggest statement, but they get a nice victory, 38-14 behind Lewis's efficient day. So I don't know, man. It was a crazy day. It was awesome. We had the Longhorns to hold off a furious Vandy. Okay, that was crazy. They almost had that victory. I thought for sure they were going to win that one. Vandy was, but 34-31, Texas gets it done. Oklahoma in our game of the week on Saturday Night Football, the Sooners silence Neyland with a clutch fourth quarter drive, massive road win here, 33-27 for Oklahoma over Tennessee. Close one there. Utah takes out Cincinnati, number 17 Cincinnati, 45-14. You called it yesterday, Teran. The big one, man. I'm going to save this one for last, Teran. NC State knocks off number 8 Georgia Tech, 48-36. Wolfpack explodes for 48 to hand the Jackets their first loss of the season. And West Virginia, man, take down number 22 Houston, 45-35. Yes, the Mountaineers spoil Houston's ranking party with a 4-touchdown outburst. And there's this one little question I have for you, Teran. It's just one little tiny question. Oh, Teran is waiting for this one. This one has to come first. It has to. All right, Teran. Is the U back?
Nope.
No, they are
it's not show year again.
Not show year. Sorry, Teran. I could not wait for that one. I'm sorry. SMU knocks off number 10 Miami, 26-20 in overtime. The Mustangs knock off the U, man. Instant classic in Dallas. Pony up. The U is not back, Teran. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't give a crap. And then, of course, Nebraska thought they were cute, painting their field black and wearing all black, and everyone wanted to wear all black. And for a while, they were winning, and I was getting very angry. Regardless, 21-17, Fight on, SC gets it done on the road. Very proud of them. Nebraska fought, but hey, SC gets the victory. Teran, talk about any of those games.
Well, USC ought to be thankful because, unfortunately for Nebraska, Dylan Raiola sadly hurt his ankle in the third quarter, and that, I think, changed the trajectory of the game. So USC got the win, and now they're bowl game eligible. But it's like, I mean, winning on the road is never easy, especially when you're USC. And Nebraska has a massive fan base, and that was their blackout game. But it's like, what would have happened with Dylan Raiola? Would they have beaten SC with Raiola? I mean, it depends. But the Huskers have now lost 29 ranked. They've lost 29 straight games against ranked opponents. So if you're in Nebraska, oh man, you got to be sick to your stomach. You got to be hoping that Dylan Raiola is okay, because that's got to suck losing him. I mean, I didn't see who took over in the second half, but still, I think, don't they have like another like quarterback from like the SoCal area? I think they had like a kid from Olu. Yeah, TJ Lateef. Oh, TJ Lateef did play. He's from Orange Lutheran. I only wish he could have thrown for a touchdown, but still solid. I mean, he was serviceable. I'll give him that much.
I'll tell you right now, I'm very proud of SC the way they played. As much as I hate them right now, low key, I think it was a good game. But yeah, Teran, I mean, just so many good games. I just, man, Oklahoma, obviously. I mean, we thought they would win it. They did. Big victory for those guys. The shocker for me was Vandy. I thought the Vandy boys had it, man. I really did.
Yeah, Arch Manning actually played well. Unfortunately, Vanderbilt tried to make a comeback, but it was like too little too late. They got behind by way too much, and that's not what you do against Texas.
No. And it's irritating. Again, I really thought Vanderbilt had the better team. I felt like this team was just there. And
we all would have had a nice little laugh with them pulling off the win.
We would have had a horns down segment too.
Exactly.
I don't care. We would have had fun with them tonight. But yeah, I'm just very, very excited for Vanderbilt though, man. This team has come such a long way. They have really proven themselves this year. And you know what, man? Good for Vandy. I know they lost that game, but I don't care. NC State, man, that was the biggest shocker, I think, of the day for me, knocking off Georgia Tech, because Georgia Tech has been the biggest shocker of the year for me.
Absolutely. They've been the most pleasant surprise this year.
They really have been. It's been crazy, man. So, Teran, we've gone through so many things, and today, here we go, man. We are at the tail end, but we got to go back to the NFL now, unless you want to bring up any other college games.
Nah, I think we've got it pretty much everything down.
All righty. Well, next week I'm gonna make sure I have a light on, because stupid daylight saving time, just makes everything dark in here. Unfortunately, early now. Thought we voted to get this crap over with, Teran. I don't know what happened to that, but anyway, with that said, back to the NFL, man. Let's go ahead and get our previews in here. So, all right, Teran. Well, here we go, man. Tonight they're warming up there on the field. Here we go. The voice is getting ready to sing, and well, here it comes, man. I'm not going to sing. Yeah, I'm not Carrie Underwood. But with that said, Teran, tonight is going to be a fun one. It's Sunday night under the lights in Landover. What? Yeah, it's going to be fun. The Seahawks 5-2 roll in hot behind Sam Darnold's 12 touchdowns and a balanced attack led by Kenneth Walker, while the Commanders, man, 3-5, look to defend their turf and snap a skid behind Jaden Daniels and a scrappy defense anchored by Bobby Wagner. So can Washington's shaky secondary hold off Seattle's air raid, or will Darnold and Jackson Smith-Njigba light it up in primetime? What do you think?
Well, Seattle is undefeated away, surprisingly. But you also got to remember that Terry McLaurin is not playing for the Commanders tonight. So that being said, I'm going to take Seattle in a close one. I think this is one of those 50-50 games. I think the Seahawks will get the win. It's going to be close, though. They know that the magnitude of this game is big, because if they lose this game, they'll actually be a full game behind the Rams and Niners in the NFC West. So Seattle knows that this game could this game could prove to be the difference between making the playoffs and missing the playoffs,
especially
since the Commanders are also desperate for a win too.
No, I totally agree. I don't know. I gotta go Seahawks, Darren. I gotta go Hawks in this game. It's rough. I know. I feel bad for our Maryland peeps over there, but yeah, I guess for our DMV peeps over there, if you will, and our folks over there in the nation's capital. But I just don't see it, man. And we love Jaden Daniels, man. He's from here. He's from the Inland Empire. He's right here in Southern California, man. Cajon High School, baby, but unfortunately, I just don't have them tonight winning. Go Seahawks, always been my distantly second favorite team. Well, it makes sense. Josh Ritter's a NorCal guy, up there near Oregon and all that good stuff. So, yeah, not too far from Washington. Okay, he's in that Cascadia area, if you will. Glenn Ritter, go Hawks, and JSN is a beast. I hope he scores all kinds of points tonight. Fantasy football for me, baby. I'm just saying. Anyway, with that said, Teran, one more game left to talk about, and then one we're just going to kind of whisper about, I guess. But it's Monday Night Football deep in the heart of Texas, man. The Cowboys at 3-4-1 return home to A&T Stadium, looking to climb back to 500 behind Dak Prescott's 16 touchdowns and Javonte Williams' power run game. While the struggling Cardinals at 2-5 try to snap a 5-game win skid and prove they can hang without Kyler Murray, who remains questionable. Can Dallas's high-powered offense finally find consistency, or will Arizona shock the NFC East under the bright lights of prime time? Who you got?
I would have been 100% confident if Kyler Murray was playing, because he is undefeated at AT&T Stadium. That said, I'm still going to roll with my pick in the Cardinals. I think this is a game that Cowboys lose entirely, just because they always think that they're better than the Cardinals, but the Cards always find a way to shock the Cowboys. So give me the Cardinals to beat the Cowboys, even though Kyler Murray isn't starting.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I feel I want them to play well. I really do. I want this to be a good game. But is it fair to say that, I don't know, this game is going to be another Raider-Jaguar game?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, right? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't see it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. This game to me looks like it's going to be a fun, weird game to watch. I don't know. The Cowboys are. Does anyone fear the Cowboys? Do you think anyone fears this team right now?
No, I don't think anyone fears the Cowboys, especially since their defense is not good.
Yeah, dude. It sucks. I don't want to sound like a jerk. I really don't. I don't. But they don't look good at all. They look like a team who the Cowboys don't look very good at all, man. They look horrible. There's stuff there, but I don't know. Loving everybody in the chat, by the way. Cardinals beat Cowboys 50-49. That sounds about right. A weird football game. I would go with the Cardinals because Murray isn't starting. Agreed. Yep, Glenn, exactly.
Because they're not too high on Kyler, but he is undefeated at AT&T Stadium, so...
True story. It's true story. So we appreciate all you guys, man. Yeah, the boys' defense is ass. By the way, if you want to know who these two guys are down here, the Ritters, non-related, by the way, I guess pure coincidence, as I like to say. But check out these guys are awesome, man. Check out the End Zone Oracle Wednesday evenings, man. These guys are awesome. They are so much fun to listen to. Talking fantasy football, they're really good at this, and they cover everything fantasy, man. So check these guys out. Ritter Power. Check these guys out, man. They're a lot of fun to hear, to listen to on Wednesdays, to help you out with your fantasy. They help me out, by the way, and I don't think they like that very much because I'm winning the league right now. So sorry. But anyway, with that said, man, that is going to do it for tonight's show. Everyone get ready for some Sunday Night Football because that is all she wrote, man. Teran, Thursday Night Football is coming on up this week. Raiders and Broncos. And again, please, if you have something else to do that instead, because the Broncos and Raiders is going to be horrible. I mean, do you agree, Teran?
It could be an interesting matchup, but are we going to make our picks for that matchup?
I mean, yeah, I guess. So, again, we both picked tonight, Seattle. Are we both going Cardinals tonight?
Yeah, it's Cardinals tomorrow, yes.
Yep, I'm going Cardinals. Over tomorrow, Raiders at Broncos. Obviously, I have to pick my team no matter what, like our picks league, but I know that the Broncos are going to destroy them, even though I'm still picking the Raiders. But again, that's because our picks league. That's my rule. So roll with your team. But Teran, do we know that it's going to be a bloodbath on Thursday?
No, the Raiders are actually going to win this one.
Wow. Okay.
Because divisional matchup Thursday night, it's been crazy. Doesn't we think that the favorite is going to win? The underdog pulls off the win. Raiders are pulling it off. Book it.
Teran Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen. Teran Rodriguez. There you guys go, man. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know. Tough game. Sorry, guys. I know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. You guys are incredible. Teran is beating me too, Josh. Wow, look at that, Teran. We're playing both these guys tonight. I'm beating Josh. Our two football shows.
I might be playing for glory, though.
I agree. We oracle for others, not ourselves. I love that. Well, with that, Teran, that is it, man. We are out of here tonight, but what a great show, man. We have 800 people tonight who tuned in. Can we show? Yes, salute. You guys are amazing. We appreciate you all. Give yourselves a big round of applause for hanging around. We appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Where is my applause button? I somehow lost the dang thing. I will find it, I promise. But yes.
Multiple tips of the cap.
You all, and it was a great show tonight. All of our colleague stuff. Again, we're still awaiting that darn rankings. We'll let that know. We'll let you know there. Again, give us a follow all over the place on TikTok. Follow IE Sports Radio. Make sure you follow my boy Teran Rodriguez and myself, Larry B, of course. Check us out. 3 and Out. All spelled out at 3 and Out IESR. You can follow us there. Check out all of our updates and everything, and our 2 hashtags there. Give us a follow, show us some love, and that is that. For my boy Teran Rodriguez, for me, your boy Larry B, we will see you Saturday morning, talking all things football yet again. Be ready. It's going to be a fun one. For Teran, for me, your boy Larry B, we're signing off. Until next week, take care, and as always, God bless.
Peace.
Peace.